Alright, so I'm going to be replacing my door skins today with a spare time fab button tuck. And I'm going to take you along and show you how I go about doing it. So first, we're going to be popping this off. I'm pretty sure you just need to put a flathead screwdriver underneath it and just pop it up. I think it's just clips under there. So you just take it, just start to work it along. This side's got another clip on it. Just like that, you got clips. The part of the door, I believe you're going to want to do this screw. You're going to want to pop this out. This screw as well. I think this also holds the handle, but also holds the door. Pop this out, screw. I believe that one, but I'm not sure yet. We'll figure that out in a second. And yeah, check in a second. Also, you're going to want to go ahead and pop this out as well. You take that screwdriver, you pop that out like that. And then you're going to want to finagle this out of there, like so. And this screw as well is going to come out. You're going to want to go ahead and take these screws out up here. So these star bolts that are in here, I'm just calling them star bolts because I don't know exactly what they're called. They are T30s. If I can get it to focus. Of course it's not. Anyways, it's a T30. Okay, so do you see these holes like this? You're going to want to get something and pop those out. There's also screws in there, and they run down the door. You pop them out. There's a screw inside of there. You just screw those out on each of them. And this piece right here, you also want to pop this piece out. There's a couple screws on in there as well. Okay, so I had a little bit of trouble. These bolts were kind of a pain, but I reached in there with a pair of pliers and I pulled each little bolt out. So bolt here, bolt here, bolt here. These are hex bolts. That would be the T30. That's right here. Bolt up here. There should be, I believe, 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. They were pretty tight in there. 2 here, 1 here. I took out this one, but I don't know if I need to or not. But that's also a hex bolt, T30. Okay, so just this is a note too. When you take these doors off, do not pry them off. They need to be slid up to come out. I actually just called spare time fab because I could not get the door off, and I said, "What do? I watched a YouTube video. I didn't realize that they have to slide up to come out, so that's something to know. I had to slap on the bottom, boop, comes up. Okay, next part. These harnesses, you got to get your door down, and then you got to pop all these harnesses off. And then just do whatever with, just put it aside for now. So to each your own. I went through and I labeled each harness because these 3 harnesses are damn near identical, and I really didn't want to mix up my windows trying to put them back together. So I would recommend doing that. But once you get it off, I'll definitely say clean it, because mine, I don't know if yours is going to be as dirty as mine, but it's pretty fucking gross. Yeah, that's what it looks like. Okay, so now that's the bottom half of the door. This is the top. You're going to go through and drill all these little plastic rivets out right here to take off this top part to the bottom. So when you take off this panel here, I would definitely recommend trying to like put some PB Blaster or WD-40 on those and let them soak, because a few of them did not want to come out for me. And then the 2 that were in here gave me a wicked hard time too. That came out of the door. But once you do, they come with these panels. So he doesn't explain it in the video that he put up, the guy who created this door panel, but you're going to break these plastic tabs and break them off. You're going to move this wiring over and just zip tie it to the little holes that they got in there. And then you're going to put the tabs that it comes with in the spot where the other plastic ones were. I think that if I think correctly, I think this gets moved over because your self-tappers where the button tuck goes, so that you don't drill into those wires. But he doesn't exactly explain, so I don't know. But that's what this is for. So after you drill out those plastic things that hold this part of the door, the top part, to the bottom, this is what I didn't realize, and I wasn't sure about when I first decided to do this, is how was I going to attach the button tuck to here. So once you go back through and you start to put it together, what happens is once you put, there's that white thing in the door down there that pulls your wiring. You put that metal panel back on, and then you put this top end back on. So you put the screws up here, the screw in the door, the screws down here in this handle, and there's one other screw further in here. You put this back on. But when you put this button tuck on the bottom, You have to line it up good, hold it tight. He sends you a baggie of buttons for the button tuck, and they send you screws, self-tappers that are gonna self-tap into that door. So that's what's gonna hold up this button tuck on the bottom. Once you drill out the plastic thing that holds up the old side panel on and up to here, there's no need for those plastic things anymore. Just be careful not to go in all the way when you're drilling it, else you will come through the interior you have up here. So just be gentle with it. You kind of, like what I did is drilled, I kind of rocked the drill around a little bit to warm out that plastic rivet, and then I popped it off with a screwdriver. Okay, so putting it back together, put your screws back in. I had a few of them just break off on me. It's screwed enough. I said fuck it. Probably not ideal, but I did. I ended up cutting the plastic and went through over here because the water main's over. I'm gonna have to cut and wire that in, so I did it that way. Okay, so I'm incredibly fucking terrible at remembering to finishing up my videos, but I finished the door skin, okay? So the last I left off, the wiring in here, that bright yellow I believe is what was the power, and then a lighter yellow was a negative. So just make sure you get a wire tester and you test it out. Sorry, I've been kind of working in this thing a day or two, but this is how it turned out. These lights look absolutely phenomenal. When you open your door in the dark, it looks fucking awesome, but it turned out pretty good. Like, it's a little, you know, it's not perfect. I did the best that I could with it. I tell you what, the passenger side, hold on. I will be honest, when you do the passenger side and you tear this down, this window is the biggest fucking pain in the ass. I don't know what the fuck happened, but it was. But anywho, on the driver door, you're supposed to take off that whole fucking plate that goes around. I'll tell you a trick. When you take this or the other panel off, and then you get to the panel, like that full panel that was bolted on the driver door around, it's the same thing on this side. Just take the bolts out here to here and here, and then you can pull this piece up to put that white trim in there that's in the window. You don't ever see that normally. It's just at an angle that you actually see it. But oh, my fucking button. I didn't put the button up there. I missed one. Anyways, must have popped out. I thought I drilled that. But anyways, besides the point. Take the bolts out up here, and then that hard metal thing in front of the whole door, you could just move it and finagle that in there like that.